How we define time is the beginning of how we manage and use time. Philosophers, mathematicians, theorists, religionists, scientists, and everyone in between has struggled with the concept of what is time. Since the Industrial Revolution, we have more time than generations before us. We have AI that can answer any question, write any response, provide both content and feedback to any conversation. But even with the amount of time we should have, not having to churn butter, cut wood, go to the store to purchase groceries, we still struggle to find more time. Managing time boils down to managing life. The average person, according to the book 4,000 Weeks by Oliver Burkeman, lives exactly that, 4,000 weeks. Given that perspective, how does it make you feel when you don't accomplish your tasks? Not only may we have felt like failures, but that adds another layer of stress to the equation. Life happens. You need to have a plan to deal with it. If you have the same thought 5 times in a row without progress, it's worry, not planning. Repetition builds permanence. The Roman writer Seneca made this statement: "The space that has been granted to us rushes by so speedily and so swiftly that all save a few find life at an end just when they were getting ready to live." Till at length the burden seems greater than our strength can bear, heavy as the weight of dreams, pressing on us everywhere. Both Seneca and Longfellow realized we live mentally in the future, but don't do the work of living right now.
But what about removing tasks from our days? We all know time is finite. We still only get a measly 24 hours in a day, 168 hours a week, or 1,440 minutes in a day. If we delete tasks, does that create more time for us? Parkinson's law tells us that work expands to fill the available time for its completion, meaning that all unallocated time is consumed. We devour time. In his book Atomic Habits, James Clear makes this statement: "Hope declines with experience and is replaced by acceptance. We keep hoping that something new we try is going to be the solution. The answer to the troubles of time consumption is in both work and life. However, I present to you that solution is internal, not external." Consider something Albert Einstein said to describe his theory of special relativity. If time is truly dependent on how we view the value of its passing, no one should be focusing on anything that is of little value with a small amount of time afforded to each of us. Self-efficacy is our belief that we are able or not able to accomplish tasks and achieve our goals. Take control of how you spend your time. Remember, change is temporary. Regret is forever. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Pushing ourselves, trying to make the most of our time, fitting in all these daily routines, all these daily tasks, they don't do anything to benefit us. In fact, the World Health Organization describes burnout as feelings of exhaustion, cynicism, and reduced efficacy. You feel like that? I feel like that every single day. This, my friend, is unmitigated stress. We all feel it. All those stress hormones being released over the long term can have devastating consequences to your health, both emotional and physical. The problem is productivity and time management are not always issues in the same context. In fact, productivity is the name we give our attempts to figure out the best uses of our energy, intellect, and time as we try to seize the most meaningful rewards with the least wasted effort. It's about getting things done without sacrificing everything we care about along the way. There's a beautiful balance between doing what we have to do and what we want to do. But what if that set of scales is leaning, like so many U.S. workers, to a stress-induced, joyless, unfulfilled position in our lives? How do we make a change? What is the motivation that you need to start today? Motivation starts by making choices that demonstrate we are in control. When you take control of yourself, you own the world. If there's no other truth, this is one thing I want you to remember. You show up every day with the gifts that are required to make a change for a positive future in your life. Find your why. The one thing that is important to you and you alone. Once you've found your why, start to eliminate all the obstacles that stand in your way. Don't let anything stop you from achieving your goals. Committing to 100% takes more than motivation. You need to remove the distractions or anything else that prevents you from full engagement. If you don't, that distraction gap will grow and prevent you from ever achieving 100%. Then you start to fall 90%, 88%, 85%, even 50%. A rapid spiraling down, losing momentum, losing motivation. That achievement gap will start to be filled with the same old things that prevented you from being successful in the first place. Go all in. Eliminate the distractions that block your progress. This leads to the contemplative routines of your mind. Thinking more deeply about your choices or engineering your day leads to a buy-in or ownership that in turn creates happiness by giving you the control that is lacking when you're pre-programmed and unquestioning in your daily routines. You can control the time you have. Find the meaning that may be lacking in you. Start with a time journal to track where your time is going. Do a weekly or monthly check-in to see how you're doing. Be honest with yourself, not forgiving. Don't make excuses. If you start to get sidetracked and think you're going to make it later, remember the immortal words of Dr. Seuss. How did it get so late so soon? It's night before it's afternoon. December is here before it's June. My goodness, how the time has flown. How did it get so late so soon?